The Raptors take care of business on their home floor, obviously facing the 6-20 Cleveland Cavaliers. Obviously, you're supposed to kick the rear end in, and that is exactly what happened there this evening at Scotiabank Arena. You know, the Raptors welcome in Tristan Thompson, and obviously he has some stupid words to say before the game. Not sure why he's even talking. His team is 6-20 on the year. But anyways, we're not going to give him any more time than I need to, because the Raptors came out to ball today. And I know people are going to say, well, no, I mean, you played Cleveland, you're supposed to do that to them. And yeah, no doubt, you won by 20. That's what you like to see. Now, first quarter, it's where it all starts. 37-29 Raptors in the first quarter. Now, I think Cleveland did go on an 8-0 run to end that first quarter. Not what you wanted to see. However, you're still up by 8 after one quarter of play. You score 37 in the first quarter. You're feeling fantastic. Second quarter rolls around, 29-25 Raptors. Hey, you're +4. You're still feeling all right there. You know, you're up by now 12 at halftime. You're feeling okay. And in the third quarter, the offense, and more or less Norman Powell, absolutely explodes. We talked about it in the last video, and we still don't know if this Norman Powell is the Norman Powell that we're going to be seeing every single night. Maybe not this efficient, and maybe not this crazy, but the way Norman Powell is playing right now, it's remarkable to watch. He has 16 of the 38 Raptor points there in that third quarter, and including the absolutely incredible alley-oop slam from Pascal Siakam with about a minute and a half to play there in the third quarter. Holy smokes. He lobs it up there, kind of behind Norm, and Norm gets up there, and it's like he just hangs there. He gets up, cocks it back, and just throws it down. A motion from Norm. Pascal's like, oh my God. And then you see the bench. I see DeJuan Hernandez. Oh my God. You guys can fill it in. Incredible alley-oop slam for the Raptors there. Powell is electric in this one. We'll get to him in a bit. And the Raptors +8 in the third quarter, 38-30. Oh, you're feeling fantastic. You're up by quite a ton heading into the fourth quarter. Now, in that fourth, they do kind of cut it to like 12 points there. Late, about 5 or 6 minutes ago in the fourth quarter. However, the Raptors do counter punch and end up evening that score in the fourth quarter, 29-29. And like I said, win it 133-113. All right? A lot of good things happened tonight. I know people are going to say, well, it's against Cleveland. It should happen. What have the Raptors' issues been? They have not been able to make wide open shots. What'd they do today? They made wide open shots. That's all you asked them to do. And what I saw today was awesome. Ball movement was there. 31 assists for the Raptors in this game. It was humming. It was great. Everyone making an extra pass for an easier bucket. It was looking awesome. And I gotta say, Patrick McCaw made a really big impact on this team there in that second quarter. I thought he was really, really strong. And listen to this, guys. We have not seen these numbers in quite some time. I know you're playing Cleveland, but you gotta make your wide open shots. And the Raptors had not been doing that. They shoot 58% from the field, 50% from three, 16 threes made for the Raptors in this one, 76% from the free throw line, 13 of 17. Just a great job all around shooting the basketball. When you score 133, you sure as heck are shooting the ball really well. And rebounding, Raptors were +2, 41-39. Offensive glass, 9-6 in favor of Cleveland. But again, not a very sizable difference. But what have the problems been with this Raptor team over the last little while? When they've gotten stops, they haven't gone out and run. That was their calling card. That's what they were so good at. The fast break opportunities today were 27-16 in favor of Toronto. 27 fast break points. They got stops, and when they did, they were running it down the throat of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And it was really, really fun to watch. A great ball game for this team. 7 steals to their 6, 2 blocks to their 1. Only 7 turnovers, guys, for the Raptors in this one. Very clean basketball game. Only 11 turnovers in the last one. So the last 2 games, Raptors have really put things together, cleaning up the turnover category. And that's huge because against good teams, obviously they're going to be playing better defense on you. However, if the turnover numbers are down, you're not giving them extra opportunities. And that was a big one tonight. Great job by the Raptors today. Only 7 turnovers in this one. Points in the paint, 62-56 in favor of Toronto. And second chance points, they won that category 16-9. But Tristan Thompson is a beast on the glass, and he's a great guy in the post. That's what Tristan Thompson's all about. A guy in the post. He can't really do anything else though. Can't shoot free throws, can't shoot threes, can't shoot jumpers. In the post, that's it. That's all Tristan Thompson's really worth. So that's that. And anything else here I want to talk about? Nope, not there. Now let's get to some specific players here, because we've talked a lot about Pascal Siakam and the struggles he's had shooting the ball consistently. Yeah, he had 30 in the last game, but he only shot 40%. It's not very good. Today, much different story. And you know the difference between the last game and this game, other than you're facing a better opponent last game. Pascal Siakam was not forcing shots tonight. He wasn't. He was taking what the defense was giving him. If the defense was backing off and waiting for a drive, he steps into a three. If they're playing up in it, blows right by him. He was playing all over them. He did a great job tonight, did Pascal Siakam. 33 points in 36 minutes, 4 rebounds, 4 assists on 13 of 24 shooting. Extremely efficient. 2 of 2 from the line, 5 of 8 from 3 for Pascal, plus 16 on the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, that is 54% from the field, 62.5% from 3. That right there is beautiful. Now, he's not going to do that every single night. However, when you're facing teams that you should crush, you got to do a job, and the Raptors did that tonight. Now, OG Anunoby, I thought he was pretty good in this one. I thought he looked really well. 12 points, 9 rebounds, and an assist on 6 of 9 shooting. Missed both threes he took. Had a steal in the ball game, plus 9 on the floor. But again, OG is a very sound game, 12 and 9. Good stuff there in 28 minutes. Marc Gasol doing what he does. 8 points, 5 boards, 3 assists on 4 of 9 shooting. Missed all 3 threes, but did have a steal in the ball game. It was a plus 19 because that's just the kind of defense he brings every single. And I gotta say, the 5 rebounds that Marc Gasol did, they were hard-fought rebounds against Tristan Thompson. A couple of them like one-handed ones where he just kind of grabs it and just kind of holds it there. What a job by Gasol. I thought he was really good in this one. Even though he only had 8 points, didn't have this double-double like he did last game, but I think he was sound defensively as he always is, and sprinkled in 8, 5, and 3, which is fine by me in that category. Kyle Lowry, look, with Serge Ibaka and Kyle Lowry coming back into the lineups, obviously things have kind of changed, right? The Raptors have not won a lot of games. Those guys have not been very good. And things just haven't really been putting things together here. Lowry hasn't shot well. Ibaka hasn't shot well. Fred VanVleet's hurt now. So we're all kind of like scrambling for ideas. We're all scrambling for things to say about what is going on with this team. Well, Kyle Lowry tonight, look, I bashed him in the last one because he shot for like 4 of 15. He was not very pretty to watch. But tonight, a much different story for Kyle Lowry. 20 points, 4 rebounds, 11 assists on 6 of 13 shooting, 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Let's see a little bit better from there, but 3 of 7 from 3. Look, that's 46% from the field. That's fine. And shade under 43% from 3, plus 13 on the floor. Lowry did a job today and had double-double, had 11 assists. Great job by him. And the man of the night, Norman Powell. This guy was remarkable. I mean, look, like I said with Pascal Siakam, forcing shots. That has been the story of Norman Powell since he got that big contract. We all look for big things from him because he has a big contract. And what does he do? He forces everything, and he's not making shots, and he's not looking good. Then he ends up on the bench. Then he ends up on the lower part of the bench where he's not even playing till the garbage time. Things were not good last year for Norman, or was it last year, a couple years ago? But anyways, things were not good for Norman Powell. But now, with especially Fred VanVleet down, and with guys like Danny Green and Kawhi moved on, you're seeing Norman Powell come out and just be fluent, just be normal, relax. And you're watching Norman Powell be smart. And I think that right there is the key for his play. I mean, how many of his shots tonight were like forced shots where he's trying to drive on a guy who's 5 or 6 inches taller than him and trying to lay it up over top of him? You didn't see one of them. You saw either non-contested threes or layups that he just overpowered somebody. And he also dropped 6 rebounds and had 5 assists. You know why he had the 5 dimes? Is because when those shots weren't there, he wasn't trying to force those opportunities. He was kicking it to somebody who could make those shots. Therefore, he had 5 dimes as well. Shot of 11 of 15, 4 of 6 from 3, 4 steals and a block for Powell, plus 16 on the floor. That right there is MVP worthy for tonight's basketball game. Look, Pascal is you could give a co-MVP right there. Those two guys were remarkable tonight. But Norman Powell has taken to that next level. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is the first time in his NBA career he has gone 3 straight games going 20 points or more in a row, and in 3 straight games. And he just looks fluent. I mean, he's shooting the ball extremely well. That helps for his confidence sake. It also helps that his coach and teammates are confident in him, and all his fans love him right now because he's playing well. And he's not forcing shots. That right there is the crazy thing about basketball. You know, great players can be great players. When you're a guy like Kawhi Leonard or Giannis or, you know, LeBron James or all these big name players, James Harden, all that. Fine, you can have a guy in your face and still drain shots all night. That's fine, because that's who they are. We don't know what Norman Powell is yet. We don't know what Pascal Siakam is quite yet. So watching those two guys force shots and miss them, it's frustrating a little bit, you know, because Pascal tonight did not force anything, and I was really impressed with the way he played today. You know, he didn't try and drive on 2 guys and try and still take a shot. No, when it wasn't there, he was kicking it to a wide open shot, and that's the way things work. That's the way ball movement happens. That's how the assist numbers go up at 31 tonight, you know? And, it helps you're playing a really bad team, but again, you're making wide open shots. Powell has been incredible lately. Are we going to continuously see this night in, night out for however long? I hope so. I mean, maybe not 20s per game, maybe, but if you look at over the last, 15 games now, Powell's averaging over 18 a night. Look, I can do math. That is awesome. What did Pascal average last year? It was like 16 or something like that, guys. So you guys can give me the lowdown. That was like 16, 17 points a night. I'm not saying Powell's going to average that over the whole season. However, watching him perform, watching him grow the way he is right now, it is incredible to watch. Now, we want to see this be consistent. We want to see him constantly be doing this night in, night out. Maybe not 26, maybe like 14, 15 a night, shooting consistently, giving you good defense, moving the ball. That's what you want to see from Norman Powell. Now, when he fires up 26 on extremely efficient shooting, I'm never going to complain. But, again, I'm not expecting 26 a night from Powell. It's just remarkable to see the way he's playing right now. You know, Patrick McCaw, like I said, off the bench, he was great. 6 points, knocked down 2 threes, both threes he took, had a steal in the ball game, had a couple assists. One was a beautiful, and it was a steal that he caused, the outlet pass, and everyone thinks he's going to lay it up. Instead, he goes behind the back, bounce pass to Powell, who throws it. That was a beautiful play by Patrick McCaw. I love what I saw from him in this ball game. Now, we still don't know what Patrick McCaw is. We know he's a good defender, but we have no idea what this guy is offensively. I mean, is he going to be good? Is he going to be not? I don't know. We didn't see a lot of Terrence Davis tonight. He only played 19 minutes, had 7 points, couple boards, 3 assists on 2 of 4, shooting 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, plus 9 on the floor. Look, Terrence Davis, whenever he gets out there, is doing a good job. Obviously, he missed shots in the last one, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. Serge Ibaka, look, as I said earlier in the video, Lowry and Ibaka, since they've come back, have not really done a whole lot. Ibaka was a lot better in the last game, and he was even better tonight. 14 points, 5 boards, and an assist on 6 of 10 shooting for Ibaka, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, missed the 1 3 he took, blocked a shot, and, you know, for Serge Ibaka, the thing, I love that line, that score line for him. The reason being is because he only took the 1 3. He's not just taking tons of threes. You know, we're seeing 3, 4 threes a night from Serge right now, and I'm like, no. Yours is getting to the basket and your mid-range jumper. That's what Serge is so good at. We all knew that last year. And that's what he did tonight. He was taking mid-range shots. He was driving to the bucket, getting those offensive rebounds and putting them back up and through. That's what Ibaka was doing tonight, and that's what you want to see every single game from Serge Ibaka. I was impressed. I liked what I saw. Now, Chris Boucher, every time this guy comes in the ball game, I love what I watch. I mean, 7 points, 5 rebounds in 13 minutes, 2 of 3 shooting, 1 of 1 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line. Great job by Boucher, plus 5 on the floor. And we did not see Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in this one. A very interesting choice to not play Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in this one was Nick Nurse. Obviously, in the last game, Hollis-Jefferson kind of looked a little off and didn't make a shot. So maybe they gave him kind of like the night off kind of thing. But I don't know. He didn't play today, so they didn't really need him, obviously. But again, we want to start seeing more Rondae. We know the energy that guy can bring every single night, all right? But I love what we saw from the Raptors tonight, guys. They did a job against a team that you should beat. Everyone's going to say, well, they can't beat the good teams. When you're playing a bad team, you got to beat them. And the Raptors this year have been incredible at beating the really bad teams. And they've been mediocre against the really good teams. And that's okay, because right now we don't know what this team is. No Kawhi Leonard. We're all figuring out, okay, what's Pascal? What's Fred VanVleet? What's Norman Powell, for that matter? What do we have in Terrence Davis, Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, Chris Boucher? Is Lowry still okay? Is Serge Ibaka still going to play like he did last year? What's up with Gasol's shot? There's so many question marks with this team. We have no idea what the floor and the ceiling is for this Raptors squad. And if you can sit here and tell me that you know everything, you know what this team is like, you know how far they're going to go in the playoffs, first off, you're lying to not only everybody else, you're lying to yourself. And this is why we watch sports, guys. We've seen this team compete against some great teams. Look at Milwaukee and Boston early in the year. They played hard against those two teams. They lost to Kawhi in LA without Lowry and Ibaka. They beat the Lakers in LA. They only have 3 losses all the year. One was to Toronto in LA. And if I'm not mistaken, on their own home floor, the Los Angeles Lakers, they're 10-2. One of those losses was to the Toronto Raptors. So, look, we have seen some great things from this team. We have seen some not so great things. We have no clue what this team is yet. We don't know. We're almost 30 games into the year. But as Kawhi Leonard said last year, it's just warm up for the playoffs. And that's really all it is, guys. Because we don't know what this team's going to look in the playoffs. We have no idea. You can guess, but we have no clue. And it's fun to watch right now for this team. The last 2 games, they've really, they've really written the ship, whatever the heck the pronunciation is. They've really played a lot better. Obviously, they had a really bad stretch where they lost 3 straight home games and things were not looking too pretty. But the last 2 basketball games, more this one than the Brooklyn game, they're kind of just, they got back to what they used to do. Get stops, get out and run, make threes, make buckets. And that's what you saw tonight from the Toronto Raptors. It was incredible to watch. It was fun to watch. But now we want to see this more consistently. All right? And the next game for the Toronto Raptors, you are in Detroit on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock tip-off there in Detroit. The Pistons lost tonight, but they had won, 4 of 5 or 3 of 4 before that loss to Washington tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there in Detroit. Obviously, a lot of Raptor fans are probably going to be traveling there to that game in Detroit. And for the Raptors, look, they've been great at beating teams under 500. The Pistons are one of those teams. They're 11-15 on the year. I think they might be 11-16 now. Yeah, 11-16 with their loss tonight. So that's a team you got to beat. I don't care. Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, look, those are 2 big guys that can really play hard. Now, we need everybody, all hands on deck. You need Norm doing what he does. This team needs to go all out in that game against Detroit on the road, all right? And then after that game on Wednesday, you come back home on Friday to take on the Washington Wizards. So again, a team, 7-17 on the year. Actually, 8-17 they won today against Detroit. So, you know what I mean? It's just this team's got to take everything game by game. And they did a great job tonight. We'll enjoy it. And then we look forward to Wednesday against Detroit in Detroit. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoyed the game today, smack that like button to appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the video. Who is your MVP in this one? My co-MVP is Pascal Siakam and Norman Powell. Those are my 2 guys in this one. They were incredible on both ends of the ball, and they just worked incredibly well in tandem today. It was incredible to watch. They looked fantastic in this one. If you have any other suggestions about who your MVP was, let me know in the comments below. All right, and Twitter is down below for myself, guys. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. Patreon account is down below as well. Sign up, guys, if you have not done already, which is pretty much all of you. If you do want to sign up, the link is in the description for the Patreon account. All right, and guys, I will talk to you guys Leafs edition, as I think they play tomorrow. The Leafs are back in action tomorrow as they are back at home taking the Buffalo Sabres. 7 o'clock puck drop there at Scotiabank Arena. Linus Ullmark, Frederik Andersen are the expected goaltenders in that game. A big game for the Leafs. Obviously, Buffalo and the Leafs have played the same amount of games. Buffalo is 3 points ahead of the Leafs. So a regulation win for the Buds, pull us within 1 point of those Sabres for second in the Atlantic Division. That would be incredible. Big game tomorrow for the Buds at Scotiabank Arena. As for the Raptors, as we've talked about, their next contest is in Detroit. All right, Detroit, Michigan. It's going to be Air Canada West. I think that's the way what they call it. Air Canada West there in Detroit. 7 o'clock tip-off there on Wednesday night. All right, as Raptors look for their third straight victory and look to continue to take care of business against teams under 500. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk to you guys then.